Whenever you want to haul ass away from some stormtroopers, there's only one intergalactic hot rod that you need. One that made the castle run in 12 parsecs and can jump to light speed quicker than you can open a can of Pepsi. And that ship is the iconic Millennium Falcon from the Star Wars franchise. But this time, I'm going to take this craft to a whole new level. So prepare yourself, because in this craft, we're going to get sticky, ooey, and gooey with white chocolate.
Would you like an ooey, gooey, yummy, delicious? I do not.
So strap yourself in and make sure that your seatbelt is fastened nice and tight, because this one's definitely going to be an off-the-chain, over-the-cliff banger. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on those notifications. So come on and join me today as we make the white chocolate Millennium Falcon on Create with Pete. Let's get into it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hi, guys. How we doing today? I hope you're having a great day today. Yeah, basically, bottom line, from the intro and the thumbnail, you already know what this one's about. It's all about the Millennium Falcon. But this time, we're going to do it a little different. I've been watching a lot of cooking shows, like Cake Boss and the Great British Bake Off, which is my favorite, and a few others and everything. And one thing that I really enjoy from these shows is when you get the perfect fusion of baking and art together to make something that's just kick-ass and awesome. And that's what we're going to do today. These shows got me all hyped up and pumped up and amped up that I want to, pretty much get in on the action myself. And so I decided to make a model of the Millennium Falcon, which is Han Solo's famous ship from Star Wars. But I'm going to do it with a twist. I'm going to take it to the next level, where I'm going to make it out of thick, delicious white chocolate. Oh, not that kind of white chocolate. Come on. Hold on. Let me see that again.
I like you, and I want you.
No, I'm just joking. But yeah, we got to do a model of the Millennium Falcon with white chocolate and everything. And I guarantee you, this one's going to be a banger. It's going to be off the chain. So you don't want to miss this show, because later on in the show, I'm going to take a little trip to Yoda's home planet and do a little camping with him. And it was a little strange, but I still had a good time all together. And so pretty much from my shirt, you already know I'm feeling the Star Wars vibes. Oh, shit. Okay, all right. I pretty much just threw a black t-shirt on. I didn't really check to see whether it was Star Wars or not. But hey, Back to the Future is a kick-ass franchise also. And we're going to cover that later on down the road as well. But anyway, man, I got to edit that out. Okay, but anyway, basically, bottom line, this show's going to be a banger. It's going to be good. And I guarantee we're going to have a good time. All right, enough talk. Let me hurry up and get into the rest of the show before I, make a big screw up like that again. But anyway, guys, take care. Stay awesome. I'll see you on the other side. All right, let's go ahead and get it started. For this build, you're going to need at least 8 or 9 packages of chocolate. I recommend the Great Value brand from Walmart. I find that this brand works really well. You know what? Go ahead and get 10 packages just to be safe. And now what you're going to do is just get the end of a butter knife and just give it a few good whacks in order to loosen it up. And then after you loosen it up, you're going to open it up and then put it into a bowl. And when you put it into the bowl, you're going to use small amounts because you're going to melt it a little bit at a time. And now you're going to use a small pot of hot water with a metal container to put your chocolate in. Now you're going to make sure that your water is at least coffee pot temperature or just medium warm, because you don't want to heat up the chocolate too fast. After you melt your chocolate down, you want to make sure that it's nice and creamy with absolutely no lumps or bumps. And since the Millennium Falcon is round like a pie, we're simply going to use a pie pan as a mold with some ice cream on the side, all nice and gooey. Yeah! And what we're going to do is just simply pour the melted chocolate into the pan and then slowly spin it around until all surfaces of the pan has been covered with the white chocolate. All right, and now when the chocolate cools down, we're simply going to do it again. That way we have a top and bottom. And now, after the chocolate is cooled down, we're simply going to make another one with the same pan. We're going to have both a top and bottom. And what we're simply going to do is just get some more melted chocolate and then just put it around the edges and place the top onto the bottom. All right, everything's looking good. It's going to take a moment for this chocolate to harden up and settle. During the meantime, let me tell you about my camping trip with Master Yoda.
Ooh. All right, Master Yoda. Hey, I want to thank you for going camping with me this weekend.
Camp like that? Yes.
No, I gotta say, your home planet, man, it's pretty off the chain. You got some gnarly looking creatures around here. All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and get some sleep.
Don't fall asleep.
Wait a minute, wait. Hold on. What the hell you mean, don't fall asleep?
Don't fall asleep.
Master Yoda, you run the only intergalactic Airbnb. What happened to other people who went to sleep?
That sounds like a freaking nightmare. Okay, so pretty much alien planet, on vacation for 2 weeks, don't go to sleep. All right, no problem at all. All right then, well, I'm gonna be up for 2 weeks. Hey, I got some White Claw in the car. You wanna play some Uno? And then after it's cooled down, we're gonna go on the outside edge and put on some more white chocolate. That way it's locked in. Now we're ready to go. And this part is pretty simple. What we're simply going to do is just get a flat cookie pan. We're going to simply shimmy it from side to side until the pan is completely covered. All right, so far so good. Now things are about to get real, and that's real awesome. Now that our mold has completely settled and hardened, we're going to go ahead and make the attachment piece of the front. And this is the iconic port part of the Millennium Falcon. And what we're simply going to do is just get the white chocolate in the flat pan and loosen it up. And after it's loose, we're simply going to cut it into the initial shape of the port end of the Millennium Falcon. All right, and after the shapes are cut, what we're simply going to do is just get melted white chocolate and use it as an attachment or glue in order to put the pieces together. And after pieces are assembled, what we're simply going to do is attach it to the body portion of the Millennium Falcon. All right, guys, I know, it doesn't look like much right now. It looks like a giant crab claw, or it looked like the Space Marine forklift claw from the movie Aliens.
Get away from her, you bitch!
But you know what? Hang in there and trust the process. In a little bit, it's gonna start looking a little more Star Wars-like. But for now, I need some extra chocolate. And also too, I need to give this some more height. So what I'm simply going to do is just cut a circle at the top, get some more chocolate and melt it down. All right, and now it's starting to look good. So we're going to shave it down in order to give it a little more shape. Now we're going to add in some white chocolate that I did off camera that I put into a pie pan. And what we're going to do is use this for the roof portion of the Millennium Falcon. All right, see, there you go. Now it's starting to look like something. Okay, now let's move on. All right, everything is looking good, but the body isn't quite like the original Star Wars Millennium Falcon. It's a little bit wider and bigger. So with that being said, I got the bright idea of just melting some more chocolate and getting some clay with plastic wrap and making a huge big mold in order to get the body just like in the real Star Wars model.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Okay, all right, fine. Yeah, I don't really have time for that crap neither. Okay, I got another idea. Here's what I'm going to do. I got me another kick-ass idea. What I'm going to do is just get these soda boxes, shred them apart. Then I'm going to connect the strips together with refrigerator tape. And then I'm going to make a large kick-ass ring and connect it at the center point of the model's body. Now I have a kick-ass platform that I can use to add the surface areas to the model itself. The ring idea was working fine, but it had one little hiccup. Pretty much it kept going everywhere as soon as I touched it. So with that being said, I got another idea of just securing it with the refrigerator tape going around the model itself. Alright, so far so good. Now I'm going to use the melted chocolate to get these surface fragments attached all the way around. Yeah, it's going to be a few gaps, but we'll fix that later on down the road. Now I have to do the other side. I'm going to carefully lift this up because I don't want anything to break off or chip off. And then I'm going to do the undercarriage of our chocolate sculpture. Alright, I'm going to break off small square pieces of chocolate and I'm going to simply go around the sculpture in order to make the suspension walls of the ship. Alright, and after the fragments have stabilized, I'm going to give it a nice carving in order to get it straightened out. While shaping and carving the model, I decided to notch in a few shapes and components. Off camera, I made some small panels and placed them on the inside of the structure in order to give it more strength and durability. With that being said, I made a new top portion with a deep dish pie pan in order to give it more height and just to make it look a little bit better. The taller roof on the structure makes it look a whole lot better and a little closer to the actual model. I always use plastic covers of items that I buy from my local retail store. Whatever retail item has a plastic cover on it that I think that I will use down the road for my model build in order to make a pretty awesome mold, I go ahead and keep it around because in certain situations, just like right now, you never know when it comes in handy. There we go, looking good. Now that's an awesome mold. Now with the molds, you're gonna have to pretty much cut parts off, shape it in the way that you need it to be. But in the end, it'll turn out just fine. I got a whole box of these molds, so I'm gonna go ahead, find something I can use, and then I'm going to pour in the white chocolate and just mold it out and hook it up. Alright, looking good, looking solid. From here on out, you're going to see a lot of molding and casting. It just saves a lot of time, and also too, it's just working smarter and not harder. Alright guys, remember those jar candles that I got earlier? Well, we're going to go ahead and turn the lids of those into some molds. Oh yeah, and you remember that bowl from the cereal I ate this morning? Well, I'm going to go ahead and turn that into... No, I'm just joking. No, but the lids from the candles is going to make an awesome mold for the top of the Millennium Falcon. It's looking good. And every now and then, while putting the molds on, I did a little sculpturing as well to make sure that it's nice and detailed. Now I want to go ahead and hurry up and get this done. So with that being said, I need to speed up the process. So I decided to put some of the molds in the refrigerator. And actually this was an excellent idea because it tripled the time that I needed to get this work done. And also the containers to the scented candle wax that I got earlier, we're going to go ahead and throw that into the mix as well. All right, I got my molds assembled onto the model. It's looking good. And every now and then, while putting the molds on, I did a little sculpturing as well to make sure that it's nice and detailed. All right, it's looking good. I can stop it right now, but of course I'm gonna bring it to the next level and I'm gonna paint it. But I'm not gonna use regular paint because this is food. Future Pete, tell them what I'm gonna use. Well, I'm gonna make it out of thick, delicious chocolate. Yeah! That's right. This isn't a test. And the exam is next week, and you need to get ready. But first, you need to practice. That's why I need you to put this big old lollipop in your mouth.
Now, I tell you what, I like you, and I want you.
I didn't tell you to stop. You keep going. As a matter of fact, pull your teeth out and put it all the way in.
You are one sick bastard.
Put this lollipop in your mouth. All right, yes sir. The Millennium Falcon. Well, at least my version of the Millennium Falcon anyway. Yeah, I gotta say, this one was an adventure. This was my first time working with chocolate or any kind of food product, dealing with like a art project or sculpture or something like that. I'm the kind of person that likes to dive into the deep end. Basically, you give me a bunch of oil paint, and I've never oil painted. I'll try to paint the Mona Lisa or the Last Supper or something like that. Yeah, this one was a lot of fun, but I got to tell you this, it had its moments. This is something that you have to be committed to. It's interesting. It's a lot of fun. It had its moments where I felt like throwing this thing out the window or throwing it in the trash can, but I kept it going. And off camera, I had a few things break and I had to put it back together. But hey, that's just part of learning, and that's just part of the fun and part of the adventure. It's other things I would like to sculpture. I would like to do something with Mario Brothers. Like, I think it'd be cool to make either chocolate sculpture or a cake or something with either Mario and Yoshi, or, you know, Mario and Princess Peach. A wedding, you know what would be cool? A wedding cake with Mario and Princess Peach, something like that. Who knows? I could throw Bowser in there too. And also too,
I would like to try to do more spaceships like TIE fighter ship. X-Wing fighter would be pretty cool. Then also too, I could take this into the world of Star Trek also, where I could do the old school Enterprise or give it a shot of doing the Enterprise from Star Trek The Next Generation, or even a Klingon ship or Romulan ship. Who knows? But anyway, I've rambled enough. And so with that being said, we're going to get into the complete product. And yeah, this was definitely a lot of fun. And it was an adventure. But anyway, I'm going to leave you guys with my little spill. If it ain't good, don't do it. If it's bad, don't say it. Take care. God bless. And me and the Millennium Falcon, well, the Millennium Falcon won't be on the next show, but I'll see you on the next show. Take care. God bless. Now, let's take a look at the complete product. Take care, guys. See you next show.
May the force be with you. Always.
Hell yeah, I do. First, let me stop at ATM.
You are one sick bastard.